All right, so it is Friday, y'all, and it is the day before the 4th of July. I hope that you have a fun weekend planned, especially since we're all still mostly trapped inside, and that you take care of yourself and take care of the ones around you. Let me talk to you today about a series that I have not really mentioned, I don't think. This is the first book in the series. This is an adult mystery, and it is dark and kind of creepy, and I love it. So, what I'm going to talk about today is The Cuckoo's Calling by Robert Galbraith. Now, at this point, a lot of people know, but if you do not know, let me tell you that Robert Galbraith is J.K. Rowling. And I know that unfortunately J.K. Rowling is a little bit scandalous right now because she made some comments that were transphobic, and I definitely don't stand with those comments. But I do stand with her books because they are so good. And we have to ask ourselves a lot of times, as in the society that we live in now, do we separate the person and their art, especially if you encountered that art before the person? So, or before the person became problematic. So for me, I fell in love with this series definitely prior to that. So the Cuckoo's Calling is an adult mystery. The main character in this mystery series is a detective named Cormoran Strike, and Cormoran Strike used to be military police. He is a tough guy, a very big, hairy and unattractive guy. Which one of the things I really love about J.K. Rowling is she makes a point that her protagonists are always supposed to be like not good looking, and then of course Hollywood makes versions of them where they're beautiful, right? But it helps us regular folks feel a little bit more connected to the protagonist. So he lost one of his legs in war, so he has a prosthetic leg. So I love the fact that we have this character who has this disability, or he's differently abled, that and he interacts with that in challenging in different ways. It makes things harder for him, and we get to see that, but we also get to see how capable he is. He's also the son of a very famous like rock star, and he's trying to escape that shadow. Like, he doesn't like being known as the son of this famous rock star. So there's a relationship, there's kind of a romance that goes on throughout this series with a character named Robin, who he hires as his secretary, who is also very intelligent and sort of becomes not so much a secretary as a co-worker, helping him uncover some of these truths. These are, like I said, dark and mysterious type of books. This particular book, there's four books in the Robert Galbraith series out. A fifth one's coming. This particular book deals with a legendary supermodel named Lula Landry, who fell to her death. And I had to remind myself of which one this was, or who the character's name was. Really, really good. You've got this guy who, because of his clout, can get in places, but at the same time is sort of a nobody. So it's this real dichotomy for the main character. I've gone on enough. If you like dark, creepy, sometimes graphic detective stories, if you like protagonists that are differently abled and look different than other people, if you like the writing of J.K. Rowling and you want to see what she would do if she could write adult books and not have so many constraints, then I highly recommend you check out the Cormoran Strike series. Book one is The Cuckoo's Calling. I probably will not talk about the other books because they're sequels. I may be able to talk about these because they're not direct sequels. They each kind of have their own plot line. So I may talk about other ones in the future, but I highly recommend that you pick it up.